I don't know why this has taken me so long to make, but we need to talk about Chappell Roan because literally nobody else is doing it like her. Miss Kaylee Rose goes by the stage name of Chappell Roan, and she is from Willard, Missouri, which has a population of about 6,000 people. In interviews, she's talked about how her small town Christian upbringing had made her feel stifled, and it wasn't a place for her to be as expressive as she wanted to be. But it seems like now she gets to retreat back home to the Midwest and use it as a sanctuary because it's a place that she can be proud of now and also use as a place to take a break from the world of Chappell Roan. Kaylee Rose grew up inspired by the pop heavyweights of the 2010s. Think Britney, Katy, Kesha, and Gaga, which inspired her to start writing her own music. Around the age of 10, she learned how to play the piano, and by age 15, she was uploading covers of songs to YouTube. She initially wanted to be an actress and felt that music was her gateway into that career path because people always told her that she had an amazing voice. Her stage name was inspired by her late grandfather, Dennis K. Chappell, and his favorite song, The Strawberry Roan, which I think is really sweet. After fielding interest from different record labels and after a showcase with Atlantic Records specifically, she signed her first record label at age 17. Chappell has talked about her qualms with signing at such a young age. She feels that it's kind of predatory behavior for record industry people to poach young talent and then lock them into record deals with no idea what they're getting themselves into. She herself had to graduate high school early and had to move to LA at the age of 18 to pursue her music career. She talks about how she would fly back and forth from LA to Missouri between the ages of 18 and 20. In 2017, she released her debut EP titled School Nights, and it seems like in Los Angeles, she was able to find her voice and her identity. Her style is influenced by cabaret, burlesque, queer culture, and drag. And of the many genres that people have referred to her music as, she has referred to it as slumber party pop. I, like many others, summarize it as camp. Eventually, she met writer and producer Dan Nigro, who we mainly know for his work with Olivia Rodrigo. And in 2020, which was quite possibly the worst time to release a club anthem, she puts out Pink Pony Club, which was produced by Dan. Pink Pony Club is a fantasy about wanting to be a go-go dancer in a West Hollywood club inspired by the Abbey. Unfortunately, in 2020, as we know, the music industry was literally brought to its knees, and unfortunately, Chappell's label Atlantic had to drop her for not bringing in enough revenue from Pink Pony Club. And over the next 2 years, she found herself working odd jobs and even moved back to Missouri for a brief time to just figure her life out. I will say, Girlie has great intuition because she decided to give her music career one last shot and she moved back to LA. With a newfound fire, she started building the DIY world of Chappell Roan independently. The track Naked in Manhattan was her first song released in 2 years and her first song as an independent artist. She once again found herself on the tour circuit and actually landed an opening slot for Olivia Rodrigo on her Sour tour and even an opening spot for Fletcher. By August of 2022, she released Femininomenon and jumped on a dirt bike. She broke our hearts with the song Casual, which she had worked with Dan on for at least 2 years. Her Naked in North America tour kicked off in 2023, and showgoers described her concert experience as one of an artist who was about to break. Concert reviews would also compare her to artists like Billie Eilish and Lorde when they were about to pop off. After locking in another tour opening spot for Olivia Rodrigo, she officially released her first debut album titled The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. And by the end of 2023, that album found itself on the tops of the best album of the year lists all over the internet. This new album kicked off her second official headlining tour, which was titled the Midwest Princess Tour, and it's now even having to upgrade venue sizes for some cities to accommodate the demand that people have for her. Chappell has also continuously represented the queer community and created safe spaces for all. Honestly, her concerts sound so amazing. Drag queens will literally open for her, and she'll even have themed outfit nights to match with any of her songs. She even equates her stage persona to that of a drag queen and has talked about how drag has been very formative for her. Years ago, I heard RuPaul say this on his podcast. Drag finds you when you need it the most, and I believe that this is a perfect example of that. And in case you haven't seen this Tiny Desk performance, please go watch it because it's one of the best Tiny Desk performances I've seen in a really long time, if anything, like the best. From the get-go, I was cackling just out loud in my room alone, and then just singing along to each song because they're all just so good. And if you've seen it, please let me know in the comments so that we can continue to gush about it together. Like literally the wig, the makeup, the lipstick on the teeth, the tiny rhinestone flip phone was a Cyndi Lauper fever dream. And she keeps putting out new singles, which leads me to believe that there's gotta be a new album on the horizon soon. And even her Coachella set, like I wasn't there, but her Coachella set was incredible. So I said it once and I'll say it again. There's literally nobody doing it like Chappell Roan, and I am so excited to see her career explode before my eyes. So please be sure to leave your favorite Chappell Roan songs, memories, moments in the comments so that we can just continue chatting about it together. Be sure to follow along for more artist deep dives.